Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So tonight, this morning at 11:36, we are going to be talking about You, Me, and My Ex Season 1, Episode 4. Ooh, that was some cracking. Okay, Season 1, Episode 4 called Excess Baggage. Man, they're really good about the titles, aren't they? They're just, I have a bun back here. Probably put it more up here, but this is what we're rolling with. My blanket scarf, my bonnet, Glow by Day. Okay, there's a link into the description about a video about this bonnet. My EyeBuyDirect glasses, also a video down below. I got this blanket scarf on Amazon. I had gotten it because when I worked in my office, it was so cold and we could not have individual space heaters because we had the cubicles and the space heaters were not conducive to the cubicles, so it was cold, like always. I believe I had a sweater for my body and then I used this like on my legs because it was freezing. Is it weird that I kind of miss an office? Like, I miss an office setting. Like if once a month I could go into an office, I would be happy. But I'm also happy to be working from home. But then there are just days where I miss seeing my coworkers' faces. The snack shack. I miss the snack shack. I miss the holiday parties, like the birthday celebrations. I actually miss that. But yeah, I'm very happy to be working from home. I would definitely say that 120%. I'm happy to be working from home. Also, I have a great job because I work from like 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. So I feel like I always have my evening to kind of do what I need to do because I'm done at 3. Yeah. I am contemplating applying for a new job, but I don't know. Working from home is so nice. It really is. I mean, yes, I miss my coworkers, but I love having my own space. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember like when you're in an office and it's just like one person gets a cold and then just travels throughout the whole office? The office being cold, I mean, I don't miss that, but I do like working from home. I like having my own space. I like, you know, Monday through Friday, 7 to 3. I know that those are my hours to work. I don't know. I just like consistency. I just really do. Also, yay me. I think I did mention this in another video, but I went to a comedy show. I'm gonna mention in this video too. Went to a comedy show yesterday with some friends. Sebastian Maniscalco. I'm gonna leave his picture here, and Pat McGann was his opener. Y'all, it was hilarious. My cheeks hurt so much from laughing. I mean, if you ever had the opportunity to go to his show, definitely go. It was hilarious. It was a lot of fun. But let's get into it. You, Me, and My Ex, Season 1, Episode 4, Excess Baggage. So, first up, we have Jimmy, Wendy, Lisa, and Jack. Lisa's like, me and Jimmy have unresolved feelings. Jack basically said Lisa and Wendy together is going to be a nightmare. So he can already foreshadow that stuff is going to go down. So yeah, it was revealed that Lisa did not want to go to Jimmy's wedding. So her and Jack actually went to Paris. And wheels turned because Jack realized why she wanted to go to Paris, because he's like, oh, you were avoiding Jimmy's wedding. I did not realize that. But yeah, Lisa was like, wait, who told you that I didn't want to go to his wedding? And it's like, duh, Jimmy told that to her. Jack was blindsided, like I said. Wendy kind of asked Lisa, do you think there was a chance you could get back together? And in the confessional, Lisa said, yeah, absolutely. She's like, I know it was a possibility for us to get back together, because they cut to Jimmy reading the letter from like episode 1 or something that he had written to Lisa. And y'all, I didn't even catch that he wrote this letter while him and Wendy were dating. I didn't even realize that. I don't know how I missed that, but she had mentioned before that if she had wanted to, like, she definitely could have gotten back together with him. Obviously, the letter kind of preambled that, but that's awkward. Very awkward. Now I would, but I don't know if Wendy knows about, well, she gonna know about the letter now, ain't she? But yeah, that's a real shame. I'm sure, well, hold up, because in previous confessionals, Wendy has kind of made it seem like Lisa is the one that's like not over Jimmy. I feel like she's made it seem like Lisa was the one who had unresolved feelings, but now we kind of see that it was Jimmy. Because Jimmy wanted to get back together and Lisa did not. Awkward. So 2 days into their road trip to Florida, and it's uncomfortable. Jack and Wendy agree that Lisa and Jimmy are constantly flirting. Jack tried to pass it off and say that Lisa is harmless flirting. Flirting is flirting, regardless of whether it's harmless or not. You take it as harmless. Other people take it and interpret it differently. So stop flirting, guys. Stop flirting. They decided to take like a, is that called a fan boat? Swamp boat? No, it's not a swamp boat. A fan boat? I don't know. The thing with the big fan in the back. They decided to do that. And basically it was Jack, Lisa, Wendy, then Jimmy. As they're stopped at a spot, Jimmy looks over and Lisa has like a bug on her face. And he goes to grab it and grab it and grab it, and he's definitely trying to find that bug for a hot second, and finally he gets it and he's like, oh, it's a bug, and gets rid of it. Wendy was not pleased. Wendy was like, in the confessional, she's like, if he touches her one more time, we gonna have an issue. So obviously that was like the boiling over point for Wendy, because she's like, y'all have been flirting this entire time, and now here you are putting your hands on your ex-wife. Like, no, why are you touching her? And I don't mean like hands it back, but you know what I'm saying? She's like, why are you touching your ex-wife? And Jimmy has the nerve to say, like, first of all, Jimmy, we saw the footage. We saw how it went down. Okay, this wasn't like a 1 second thing. Like, you were all up on her face trying to get this bug. Okay, not you lying to the camera and acting like you didn't do nothing. But yeah, Jimmy basically turned it around on Wendy and was like, I don't understand why she has an issue. Like, I'm not doing anything. And it's like, I hate when people can't take accountability for their actions. Like, obviously you're doing something to upset your wife. She wants you to stop. Stop. Don't turn it around on her and make it seem like she's the issue. She's not the issue. She's not the one putting hands on Lisa. You are. Okay? Just stop. Why is that so hard? Next up, we have Caroline, Alex, and Steven. So Caroline, up to, I think they've been dating for like 2 years. Caroline has not met Alex's family. And shocker, they always talk about Steven. Okay. Tiffany was the one who went ring shopping with Alex, and she was like, Caroline is different than what she expected, but they liked her because like she immediately just flowed with the family. As soon as she came in, it was like instant chemistry connection type of situation. Brian is also there. He is Alex's father, and Jessica. I put side note. Caroline has really pretty hair, like really beautiful hair. Really nice. I love your hair, Caroline. So they got into it because Brian Alex's dad was basically like, if you're moving on with someone new, you need to cut Steven out, because Steven ended up calling during the gathering. And I think Caroline wanted to agree with that sentiment, but she just didn't want to hurt Alex's feelings in the process. Like, Alex tried to be like, oh, you don't really mind, do you? And she said no in the moment, but you could definitely tell that she does mind the fact that Steven calls a lot. She just hasn't communicated that to Alex. So yeah, basically they were trying to get Alex to put a label on himself. Like, what are you? What do you identify as? And I forget what he said he identified as, and I don't want to put the wrong label on him. He told them, and they're basically like, no, you're not. And I'm like, what? Why are you trying to tell him who he is? I don't get it. Basically, Tiffany, I believe, was trying to be like, oh, people ask me all the time, and so I want to tell them. And Alex is basically like, just tell them Alex is being Alex. That's all you need to say. Like, it's none of your business. Why do you need to know? Which I agree with. It's like, how do you even get into that conversation with someone else? Like, they're not asking you, they're asking about your brother. Like, how do you even get there? Just be like, that's none of my business. If you want to know, you can direct your question to him, or just say mind your business. That's all you can say. But yeah, so basically things escalated, and Caroline, have you ever seen those, I guess, skits, memes, whatever you want to call it, when it's like when you go over to your friend's house and they're getting an argument with your parents and you're just like sitting there like, what do I do? That was Caroline's face the entire time Alex and his family were going back and forth. But yeah, Caroline admitted that Alex's family's closeness with Steven bothers her. And she herself is trying to figure out Alex and Steven's relationship because she feels like she doesn't know herself. And also Alex left her at the house. Like, this is my first time meeting your family. Y'all got into an argument and you leave. You leave me here. So production had to take her home. But she says that if this has happened before, but Alex will come right back, but he didn't come right back. Anyway, she went home. Her and Alex talked it out, and she said that she really loves the fact that her and Alex can communicate openly about the situation. Like, they didn't go to bed angry about it. They talked about it. Okay. Next up, we have Josh, Danielle, Chantel, and Jennifer. Chantel is pregnant. This is what we call making rash decisions, because now that reality has set in that Chantel is pregnant, they're like, wait a minute, how we gonna figure this out? Because, like, what we gonna tell the baby? Like, who is Josh to the baby? And they're like, well, you're not dad. You're a donor, but you're biologically dad, and you're gonna be around him all the time, but you're a donor. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how do you... They were kind of basically like, how are we going to explain that? Because, yeah, obviously they're going to be a sibling with Jace, I believe, and Mackenzie. And he is kind of thinking, man, I'm like biologically attached to this child, but I can't parent this child. Like, there's a lot of things that need to be figured out before this baby comes. Yeah, sticky situationship. That one. They have time to figure it out, but all parties have to agree, and then you have to tell the kids, and they have time, though. They have time. So, last but not least, we have April, Roy, John, and Lauren. So, right after the proposal, April mentioned that right after the proposal, she was kind of thinking of, man, how is Roy gonna feel about this? Like, why? Enjoy the moment with John. Why are you thinking about Roy? So, Roy revealed how he found out April was married. Basically, let's see. Roy figured out April was married because when he was at her home, he went through her, he was looking for something in the medicine cabinet. He saw medicine. And I guess it was a medicine cabinet. I don't know if he did. Anyway, he saw medication for April. And he looked at it and he saw that her name had changed. And that's how he knew that her and John had gotten married. Fast forward, or rewind. April had asked Roy, are you going to come to this wedding? And Roy's like, no, why would I come? Like, this whole situation is sticky. Whatever. So, basically, he's saying that April disappeared on Labor Day weekend. And at the end of the weekend, she stated that she wanted a separation. And Roy is trying to say that she spent that weekend with John. She's saying that had nothing to do with it. She's like, I had kind of basically been expressing that this was going to happen. And she's like, I think she said John wasn't there, but don't quote me on that. Basically, she was trying to say that John had nothing to do with the separation. She said that she was not being emotionally fulfilled in her marriage. She kind of mentioned that Roy thought that because he had provided all of these other things to her, that was enough to fulfill the marriage. And she's like, well, those were great, but emotionally, we were not in a happy place. And she's like, that's why this marriage wasn't working. And she said all this like in a confessional, not necessarily to his face. So, yeah, which is true. I mean, it's true. Like, you can provide all these things, but if emotionally I'm not happy, that's going to play a big part. Like, you have to be happy with the situation that you're in. You know what I'm saying? Like, money can only go so far. Physicality can only go so far. You know, emotionally, you need to be available as well. You need to be there for your partner. And that's important. That's the end of it. Roy is very adamant that he is not coming to this new wedding. So I guess we shall see. So, how has your week been? How are you? What are you doing? I was gonna say, what are you doing this weekend? But I feel like by the time I put this video up, it's gonna be like next week. I don't know. I'm gonna try, guys. I'm gonna try to do better, but it's not, I don't know. My mind has been all over the place and I've been trying to get out of the house slowly but surely. But yeah, what do you think of the episode? What do you think of the series? Are you liking it? Are you not? Yeah, I could have sworn I saw something for another series that TLC is doing, but I can't remember what it is. TLC is always coming out with shows. Oh, shoot, what's it called? The other spin-off of 90 Day Fiancé called Love in Paradise. I think I might recap / review that, but I'm not 100% sure. Also, Love at First Sight is back. Jeez, I feel like, is this the third time they're doing something for this year? Because it's a lot. Like, they just finished their one with the whole Chris, Haley, Jacob, Ryan, Claire. They just finished that one in what, like May, and they already have a new one coming out. It's like, take a breather, guys. My goodness, let that stuff marinate a little bit. Jeez. But anyway, obviously they know their audience, but yeah. Also, this new John Mayer song came out. He played it on, I think, Jimmy Fallon. It was really good. I love John Mayer. First of all, he's wickedly handsome. Okay, like, wickedly handsome. And, yeah, he plays really good music. I actually, let me take that back. I've enjoyed his recent stuff. The only old songs of John Mayer that I know is Waiting on the World to Change and Half of My Heart. And isn't Half of My Heart the one with Taylor Swift? So I really like Carry Me. You know what? Let me stop. Okay. I really like Carry Me Away. But the point I'm trying to say is that those, like, I'm a fan, but I don't know. I'm saying, like, I don't know if I would ever. I don't know. Like, I'm a fan of his work. I don't really know. Here's my thing. I never claimed to be like a fan of somebody. It's very rare that I'm like, oh my gosh, this person came out with a whole CD, a whole album. Let me go listen to the entire thing. That's never me. Okay, I'm never like on my seat anxiously waiting for something to drop. That is definitely not me. All I'm saying is that his performances lately on the television, late night television shows have been good. Yeah. Like, obviously the man knows what to do musically. Like, he's really good in that regard. What I'm trying to say is that I can never claim like, oh, this is what I'm trying to say. I never claim like, oh, XYZ is my favorite artist. Like, I have never claimed that, because if I ever was to listen to an entire album, which I haven't in a long time, but if I ever did, I would like 2 songs, and I'm like, well, this album didn't really speak to me. I would say Matt Kearney. I think he is very talented, and I do love his music. I'm a fan of his for sure. Like, absolutely. He's the one person I can say that I'm like a fan of. But yeah. Who are you liking musically right now? I know a lot of people are dropping music soon. I know Kanye just dropped his album. And I'm sure other music is definitely coming, you know, as the pandemic hopefully continues to slow down. Say that with skepticism. I think more people are kind of doing their thing musically, but is there anyone that you're looking forward to that has an album coming out? Yeah. Let me know your thoughts on I say all that to say, let me know your thoughts on episode 4 of You, Me, and My Ex. And like I said, let me know whose music you have been enjoying lately. Oh, you know who else? Coffee. I'm going to put her picture here, but she has a song called Lockdown. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. She is so talented. Anyway, yes, You, Me, and My Ex. Let me know what you think of episode 4. Are you liking this season? And then let me know what music you have been listening to, because yeah, that's sneeze. Okay, that's the end. Thank you for watching. Bye.